This is ABRSM Grade 1 Theory, question 1.4. The question is to tick one box to show which bar is grouped correctly. Okay, we don't have the advantage of writing on the screen, and we don't have the paper printed out because it's online. So the best thing to do, and I would thoroughly recommend all of my students do this, is to write it on the scrap piece of paper that you are allowed to take into the exam. So it doesn't have to be particularly neat, but you do have to be able to read your own writing and just to make sure that it is kind of accurate. So there I have it. All I've done is I've written that out and I'm double checking it. Yes, it's the right note values. Okay, now I'm going to put the time signature on the side, which is 3/4. So I now know that I've got 3 crotchet beats. Okay, so now let's come to mark out the beats. Okay, so I know that this is 1 beat here, and I've got 2 quavers at the end, and that is 1 beat there. Now in the middle we have got 4 semiquavers. They're not joined together, but they would make up your beat. So this is the first thing I would do, and then next we're going to have a look to see whether it's grouped correctly. So we've got the beats. Now let's see whether or not the grouping's done. So the first rule is going to be, do not cross a beat line with your beaming. And of course that has happened here. So we do know that that's probably not correct. Now the second rule of grouping is join when you can, beam when you can. And as you can see, we have 4 semiquavers here which aren't beamed, that could have been beamed within that beat. So there's 2 reasons there why we think that this number 1 probably isn't the right one. So on your paper, you just wouldn't select that one, but for just clarity here, I'm going to cross it off so that we know that we've looked at it. Let's have a look at the next one. So we're going to write that one out. We've got a crotchet again. We have got our 2 semiquavers joined. Then we have got another 2 semiquavers joined to a quaver. Then we have a quaver rest. Now go back and check it. Even start at the end this time and check it. So I've got a quaver, 2 semiquavers, 2 semiquavers, and a crotchet. So I don't think I've made any mistakes writing that out, even though it's not that neat. Okay, let's put our beat lines in again. So it's 3/4. So here it is. That's 1, and there would be our second one because these are 2 quavers, and we have got our 4 semiquavers there. Okay, now as you can see, they've actually broken the same. Well, there's the same 2 problems. We've beamed across a bar line there, and this has not been beamed together. And we have an additional problem that we've now got 2 quavers that are not beamed together that they could be. So the first rule of grouping, don't cross the beat line. And the second rule is group where you can. So clearly this one is not going to work either. So we're pretty sure that it has to be the third one. And if you were absolutely rushed for time in your exam, which you won't be, then you might want to just select that one and move on. But let's work it out and check. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got 2 quavers. So here we go. We've got semiquavers here, and we've got 2 quavers here. Not very neat, but you can kind of see. And let's put our bar lines in. So I know that, well, our beat lines. So that's 1 beat, that's 1 beat, and that's 1 beat. So we've got 1, 1, and 1. So the rule is don't cross the beat lines. No, they haven't. And group where you can. And as you can see, these 2 quavers have been grouped, and these 2 semiquavers have been grouped. So yes, this is the correct version. My biggest tip for this question is to write it out like I've done on your paper and to annotate it in the best way that you can.